Hello guys, welcome to a retrospective on food. Now, the retrospectives of this channel are not going to be the normal stuff. We'll be doing possibly some video games, I don't know, but for the main part, I want to focus on things that I remember from when I was a kid, or things that I wish was around when I was a kid, like things that are older from like 80s and times like that, things that are from the retro age or older than me that I wish I had. With all that out of the way, however, remember that I was born, just for a little bit of reference, I was born in 1994. Okay, so just get that out of the way. That way we know kind of where I sit. Now, that way, I think we can get started. Let's start with one of the most recognizable of all of them. We're going to start with Surge. So Surge was a 90s energy drink. It was a pretty good one, and honestly, this is the first energy drink I'm aware that existed, but I'm sure there was one before it. But it doesn't even say energy drink, but holy crap, it was basically that for that time. So let's just pop this open. This is actually, by the way, all this stuff are re-releases of stuff that has been in the past that came back for some period of time. You can actually find Surge around rarely now, so go check it out. It's pretty good. Yep, it's just as I remember. So the thing about Surge, it's kind of like a less intense Mountain Dew, but unfortunately there's not really a lot I can say about it. I really do like the can, though. That's what I think is the biggest thing about it, is just talking about the can. This can, I swear, is like a time capsule. You can see just splatters and rad stuff all over the can, It's like, literally, they knew how to make a 90s soda. The second thing on our list is something I have a little bit more on, and that is because I actually had a bunch of these and always had them sitting around the house. That is Gogurts. So, Gogurts, my guys, this was, in my school at least, a big thing. Okay, Gogurt just kicked ass in my school, and this was actually one of those that I would call a gimmick food. It's just yogurt in a tube. But this is actually the only way a bunch of us would even eat yogurt. I liked yogurt. I kind of didn't care if it was in a Gogurt form or not. But there was a lot of kids I remember that would tell me, you're eating yogurt? Ugh, get a Gogurt, dude. And I'm like, it's the same thing. Except it really isn't. I mean, really, if you ask me, the aesthetics were just a lot better on this. And it was a cool food. You'd rip it open, and then you'd slide up the tube, and out would come the yogurt. It actually seems a little silly that just changing the packaging would actually have that much an effect. But this was something that was cool, This was rad for you to eat. You were seen with these, you were offered a bunch of stuff at my place. Like, learning. Why did I say it that way? Like, for instance, right? I got offered 2 packs of the Austin peanut butter and cheddar crackers just for my Gogurt once. I'm like, bro, get them over. And trading would be just crazy to try to get your hands on one of these a lot of the time. At least in my inner circle, these were legendary. So now, we're going to get into the thing that I think has the most meat on the bone here, because it'll allow me to talk about, more specifically, everything about the product. So recently they reprinted Purplesaurus Rex KoolAid in the Retro Jammers. So these are remakes of what the 90's KoolAid, maybe even 80's, I don't even know, man. These are what KoolAids were like whenever I was a kid. And it actually inspired me to do this video. So, what can I say about freaking Retro Jammers? So, specifically, this is as close as I'm gonna get to having my childhood KoolAid. So, if you look, this was actually very reminiscent of it. Is the collars were a lot more like almost vibrant. You had a lot of freaking pastels going on and just lots of bright, rad collars. The KoolAid man was actually a massive mascot back then. Like, back then, there were freaking trading cards. There was even an Atari 2600 game back when the Atari 2600 was around. This guy was everywhere, okay? So, on the back, you always had a game you could play, and they actually did include that here. I'm actually pretty happy about that. Let's see here. If I can quickly. And right to the middle. Yeah, I pretty much went to the middle. Yep. Oh, man. But this was actually a lot more common as well. I don't know if this is around still, but they used to have games on the back of every box for kids ever. Alright, let's go grab ourselves a Retro Jammer, bro. So, like, the best thing simply about KoolAid was that it came in these kinds of pouches. So, doing this is like a test of whether or not you're a kid. I'm probably gonna mess it up. Probably not, actually, because I'm not stupid. For a while, this was my favorite drink. Right now, I don't know, man. It feels like Purplesaurus Rex is great, but I like the memories more than I do the actual liquid. It's still awesome, like I remember. One thing I remember liking doing, though, is blowing them up and making them look big again. Because then I would just feel like, hey bud, act like I put the straw in. Here, have one. Oh, thank you. It's empty. I did that a lot. I was an interesting person. But yeah. Sorry if this video is a little bit quicker than most of the retrospectives are going to be, but this one just had a lot of foods I wanted to talk about real quick. I had a lot of fun doing this, though. The other retrospectives are going to be a lot more in-depth, though. So, if you guys didn't exactly like this retrospective, this is not going to be the typical style. I just wanted to do this because I had this stuff ready and sitting on my desk waiting, and I decided today would be a good day to film. So, either way, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.